Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled, You Are Owed Nothing in Life. In life, we often find ourselves clinging to the idea that we're owed something simply because we exist. It's comforting, even empowering, to believe that happiness, success, and stability are natural rights. We look around and think, everyone deserves a nice home. Everyone deserves fulfilling work. Everyone deserves health care. These are beautiful ideals, but ideals alone don't build reality, and reality has its own rules. The hard truth is that the things we cherish most aren't handed out. They're earned. And this isn't meant to sound cold. It's meant to be grounding. Because when we stop waiting for what we think we're owed and start working for what we truly want, we begin to reshape our lives in powerful ways. Thinking that we're entitled to something can shift our mindset in ways we don't even notice. It encourages passivity. We start expecting systems, governments, employers, even strangers to meet our needs instead of relying on ourselves. That kind of dependence isn't just risky, it's brittle. It can be snapped with a single policy change, a missed opportunity, or an economic downturn. Take employment, for instance. A job isn't something that's automatically granted. It's not a birthright. It's a structured agreement between an organization and an individual. That organization has criteria, expectations, and often limited openings. You're not owed a place there. You have to prove that you deserve it. That's not cruelty. It's logic. Some people speak about jobs as if they're basic entitlements, and it's understandable why. It's tied to survival, to dignity, to identity. But just because something is important doesn't mean it's automatically yours. Jobs are earned through skill, through preparation, through the ability to contribute something meaningful. And if you bring trouble, lack professionalism, or don't meet the criteria, then no, you're not owed that position. Think about it like this. If you own a home, you're free to decide who gets invited in. That's your space and your decision. Employment works similarly. It's an invitation based on merit, trust, and mutual benefit. You wouldn't accept anyone into your private life without boundaries. Companies do the same. Healthcare is another battleground of expectations. Yes, it would be wonderful if everyone had access to world-class healthcare without financial strain. But who pays for it? If the government covers it, it's typically through taxpayer funding. That means someone is footing the bill, and often it's people working hard for their own survival. Programs like Medicaid offer crucial support, but access is becoming more limited. Eligibility is stricter. The pool is shrinking. This isn't about denying care. It's about the reality of limited resources and budget constraints. If you want lasting, high-quality health care, you'll likely need to work for it, earn it, and pay for it. The phrase free health care gets thrown around a lot, especially when people look at European systems. But it's misleading. Those countries generally have much higher taxes. You're not skipping the bill, you're just paying it in advance, and often more than you realize. What looks like a gift is actually redistribution through policy. That doesn't mean those systems are bad. They often provide stable care and coverage. But let's not pretend it's free. That illusion sets people up for frustration when they realize there are still limitations, wait lists, and strict priorities within those systems. The same logic applies to education. College is expensive. And while it would be lovely to offer universal, free higher education, someone still has to pay the professors, maintain the campuses, fund the research. If you want that degree, you need to work toward it. Whether it's scholarships, savings, or grants, it's still earned. No one owes you a seat in a classroom. And the dream of free college, while compelling, faces logistical walls. If it ever happens, it'll come with trade-offs: higher taxes, rationed access, possible dilution in quality. Every benefit comes from somewhere, and someone always pays. This reliance on government programs can become a slippery slope. The support feels good, even vital, but it's fragile. If your life depends on food stamps or subsidized health care, and the policies shift, you could lose everything overnight. It's not paranoia, it's precedent. Being self-sufficient doesn't mean rejecting help. It means preparing so you're not devastated when help runs out. It's about building resilience. And in today's climate, that kind of resilience isn't just noble, it's necessary. People often overlook the consequences of dependency until it's too late. A canceled benefit here, a cutback there, and suddenly the safety net has holes. If you've built your life around it, you fall through. That's the danger of assuming permanence in something temporary. There's strength in ownership. When you've worked for your home, your job, your health care, and your education, no one can snatch it away in the dark. You've built it. You've earned it. It's yours, truly yours. Government assistance will always have its place, especially for those who are vulnerable, disadvantaged, or in transition. But it should be a stepping stone, not a crutch. The more you rely on it, the more control you're giving away. And once you've surrendered control, you lose leverage. Being independent, financially, emotionally, professionally, isn't just about pride. It's about security. It's about knowing that if someone pulls the plug on a subsidy or benefit, your life doesn't implode. It's also about responsibility. If we want a world where things are more accessible, jobs, education, healthcare, then we need to talk not just about entitlement, but contribution. What are we willing to give, not just receive? And that's the real shift. Moving from a mindset of "I deserve" to "I'll work for." It turns obstacles into motivation. It transforms frustration into action. It builds a life that can weather storms instead of relying on shelter that may be revoked. You're not owed a job, but you can earn one. You're not guaranteed health care, but you can prepare for it. You're not handed education, but you can pursue it. That shift in thinking doesn't make life easier, but it makes you stronger. And when you're strong, systems can collapse, and you'll still stand. Benefits can fade, and you'll still thrive. Policies can change, and you'll still have options. You become the architect of your life, not just a tenant in someone else's design. That kind of independence, that kind of ownership, is powerful. It's not glamorous, but it's sturdy. It's not flashy, but it's lasting. And most of all, it's yours. So build your life from effort, not expectation. From contribution, not complaint. From resilience, not reliance. Because the moment you start creating rather than waiting, your life begins to truly belong to you. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moors October Rants. Signing out, have a good one, guys. Goodbye for now.